You cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. What is going on? Here we are, live and in person. And man, I tell you, I just want to put this out there. I don't know if you know this, but work sucks. I'm just not into it. I'm totally over it.
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
You
No,
mad? You mad, bro?
no, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm
No.
just old and I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I'm old and
Y-
I'm tired. And this summer we had a great, restful, relaxing 6,000 mile, 19 state whatever trip. And at the end of that, I was not tired as I am today since 7 o'clock this morning. I'm just tired.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at anybody. Traffic sucks. I don't like I don't like traffic. People are not really my thing.
No.
And so, okay, I feel better. I just got that off my chest. I was thinking that earlier today. And then I came home. I had to sit, put my foot up. My foot still hurts. I just can't get over my black toes. I've lost all my toenails on one foot. And
Good
my
grief.
foot looks like it's been through a meat chopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks horrible. It's
Like
bad.
like like you got frostbite or something, and
Yeah,
just
I look
sort
like
of,
I've had frostbite. Yeah.
huh?
I lost one toenail because of backpacking, and then the rest
Yeah.
of them, man, my toes turned black, my all my toenails turned loose, and it's just I could not make any money right now with feet pics. I just couldn't do it. Nobody would buy my feet pics, so I got to find another way to as a side gig. Just
Yeah.
just can't do it. I'm just tired. I'm tired.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't heal as well as you know at your age as
Thank
you.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you for that. For somebody who's got a birthday coming up in a couple weeks.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. That'd be you.
about.
So you really planned your anniversary and your birthday pretty close.
Oh yeah, about 7 days apart.
Get them out of
Eight,
the
eight,
way.
9, 10 days apart. Yeah.
Get them out of the way really quick.
Yep.
And there's my wife. Hey, babe. She
Hey,
is out
hey.
on a walk with PJ.
Yeah.
PJ now since yesterday has had to start going in her little area, her little box
Yeah.
area, because she can't be trusted.
No.
And
Yeah.
so it's kind of hard on us. It
Yeah.
makes us sad. So when
Yeah.
we get home, we try to play with her and do all kinds of stuff because we don't have a fenced-in backyard where we can just turn her loose and let her go sit out and pant in the heat all day. Um, Although
Yeah.
I would like to thank the good Lord for keeping it a little bit cooler than normal on an August day. The last couple of days, it's not been bad. Um, so
Galen, buddy.
yeah.
Yeah, I started a new job today, so when I walked out the door, I got the stink eye from my two dogs because they were like,
Mm.
"What do you think you're doing?
They
Where are you going?"
they want to be with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know how you're feeling with the dog situation.
Yeah. Hey everybody, appreciate y'all being on here with us. We got some people joining us on Instagram. Stoke Voltex is on there. I
Oh,
tested out that electric kettle.
I
Pretty cool.
know.
It's
I
pretty
know.
interesting. I like that.
Yeah, I
Um,
think did I see they were going to be at Overland of America? Would I see that, or am I dreaming that?
I don't know. I dream a lot of things.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Could have dreamed that. Oh,
Let us know.
let us know if you're gonna be on there, Stoke.
That's right.
Um, I have noticed a lot of people trying their stuff out, and I know, and somebody posted they are switching completely over from propane to electricity. So,
I think it was Brad.
Brad. Oh,
Um,
really?
from not Brad, but the other Brad.
The
You
other
know,
Brad,
the California Brad,
his other brother, Brad.
Trail Recon Brad. I
Oh,
think I
wow,
saw him do a post
wow,
on it.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
I don't know. I'm probably dreaming that too. So,
Yeah, well, I dream a lot of stuff.
mm-hmm.
Uh, when I actually get to sleep, I haven't been sleeping very well. My foot hurts. Yesterday, I was on my feet all day. I got my 15,000 steps by like 11 o'clock. I mean, it was ridiculous, and I only
Ew.
got one good foot.
On
And
purpose?
well, it wasn't much though. I just had a lot of walking to do and a lot of
Yeah.
standing.
Yeah.
The mornings up until about 8:30 are not bad, but man, after that, it's just like walk here, walk there, walk here, walk there. But I'm in really good shape. So
Mhm.
other than a bum foot, I'm in probably the best shape I've ever been in, and that's nice.
Mhm.
I just can't walk anywhere right now. I can ride a bicycle all day,
Yeah.
all day. I can ride a bicycle all day. It does not hurt. I can pedal, but taking a step, well, I think I've got a permanent limp. I think I've got unless I'm on ibuprofen. Ibuprofen is my best friend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're gonna be fine.
I'll be all right in a couple years.
Overland of America is here, right around the corner, and we're gonna go and hang out, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm gonna sit in my chair. I'm gonna do a lot of sitting in my chair. That's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do. Yeah,
Interviews, talking to people.
they're gonna have to come see me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Come
Come
on
see
by.
me, and I'll be in my chair,
Yeah.
right there by my Subaru, and
Yeah.
see me, and we'll talk, and I'll get you on video, make you famous.
Right on.
Well, we're gonna talk about some apps. I don't know about you, but I stare at my phone a lot, and apps are a thing. Um, and, back when we used to have flip phones, apps were not a thing.
Mm-mm.
But with smartphones, apps are a thing, and a lot of people are coming up with apps. They create all these do different things, and in the outdoor industry, it seems like that's the thing to do. If you want to have people use your stuff, you got to have a good app, a decent
Mm-mm.
app, and
That's
there
right.
are several that we use. And I hope there are people on here that are going to tell us some apps that they love if we don't mention the apps that they love,
Yeah.
because I have quite a few apps that I love. And
Benji Ward. Hey, buddy.
uh,
How you doing?
ever since Benji came into our lives, you've had to totally change the spelling of your name.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's changed how it's even pronounced when you're at camp. It's
Yeah,
not just Tony.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Benji, I want you to know when Tony came on the show with me before we went live, and we put our names up there underneath his name, he had put Lady Overlander Radio. It was funny. I love
Yeah. Yeah.
it. So good.
It was an accident, but
It
it
was
was
an
left on
accident.
there
You did
from
it on
when
purpose.
Arla used to StreamYard last.
You did it on purpose. I love it. Well, we are going to talk about apps here in just a second. Thank you for joining us on the live recording of the Overland Podcast. Coming to you live each week, talking about all things overlanding, outdoors, and 4x4 related. We're glad that you're here. We hope you participate in our show by dropping your comments down in the comment section, because that's where they go. Drop us a bro pose, tag us, and we'll send you something cool. Here we go. The Overland Podcast. No pros, just bros. There we go. And Eli is on
Hey,
here
buddy.
from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oh man. So as far as apps go, probably one of the main ones that people will be interested in is and use in overlanding are the trail apps.
Mm-hmm.
Those are probably the biggest number one. Um, not with me. I'm a little different, but most people use trail apps. Now you have uh, ones that you prefer, of
Mm-hmm.
course. You've got
Mm-hmm.
their hat on, and appreciate you repping Onyx.
Hmm.
We're gonna have Onyx. They're actually in our giveaway that we've got going on right now. One of the biggest, like $1,700 giveaways. So go on our Instagram and get registered on there, and
Yep.
hopefully you can win all that stuff. It's gonna be cool. We actually got another giveaway coming up because we got uh, uh, an author coming on next week.
Yep.
And I'm super excited. I just finished his book last night, um, and it is super cool. So be watching for a post on there on Instagram. We're going to give away 2 autographed copies of this book. And I can tell you right now, hands down, best book I've ever read besides the Bible. And it totally changed my look on life. I thought I was going to be reading a outdoor backpacking book, No, it is a how to be a better person book.
Really?
Yeah, it totally changed my life. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Wish I had it in here. I'd show it to you. But anyway,
What else we giving away with them?
we're giving away some Onyx backcountry stuff. I'm
Right
throwing
on.
in. I'm throwing in one of the coolest things that I've ever got. He actually started Gossamer gear, and I'm throwing in some Gossamer gear stuff. And uh, shoot, something else I can't remember. Uh, anyway, it's gonna be good. I'll post it tomorrow. It's gonna be
Yeah. Heck yeah.
good. And then after that, we got the people, the amazing guys from Overland of America coming on September 3rd. So mark your calendars for that. Huge giveaway. We're going to be doing it live on the show on
Yep.
September 3rd. And then after that, we've got Morphlate, right?
Yes. Yep.
After Overland of
Tyler
America,
with more
we
flates
get
coming
back
on.
from Overland of America. Tyler with Morphlate is coming on, and we're going to try to get him to give away something. That'd be cool.
Yeah. That would be cool, huh?
Yeah, that would be cool. But so we got a lot of good people coming on. I'm excited about that. Man, I am tired. Goodness gracious, I need some caffeine.
Yeah. Speaking of, aren't you drinking some Logic Overland coffee?
I got a gigantic mug of it right here.
Dude,
I
that's
mean,
bigger than your normal jug, dude.
I've got to have some caffeine. I'll
Hmm.
probably be awake all night, because I just got. It's just huge.
That's like a half a gallon of coffee.
I can't get enough. I'm just tired.
Right
So
on.
when it comes to the overlanding trail apps, probably the first one that I ever heard of was Gaia Maps. First of all, I didn't know how to pronounce it. It was Gaia. It was Gaia. Gaia. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't know how to pronounce it. Do you know how to pronounce it? Have you heard the correct pronunciation of it?
I just pronounce it Gaia.
Gaia.
Yeah.
Okay. So the AI makes the I sound normally. So we'll call it Gaia. Now, and I did not know this, they're owned by Outside.
Mm-hmm.
Been around for a long time. It started out as the premium app, the one that everybody used before really apps came along.
Yeah.
They've really stepped up their game in the past few years, and I have not been able to keep up. I haven't been to any of Matt's classes to learn more about it, and I should, because to me, Gaia right now is extremely complicated. It's hard for me to work. It's hard for me to figure out the layers. It's hard for me to figure out navigation. It's hard for the only thing that I can do is hit the record button, and mainly because it's on the screen and it says record.
Yeah.
It makes it
It's
pretty
pretty
easy.
self-explanatory.
Yeah, yeah, and so I can do that, and I can hit that. Um, Now it has really good features. It has basic maps. You can record your activities, which if I bring up my Gaia app, it has like all of the Washitals, all the Ozarks, where I've been up in Michigan, because all I do is bring it up and I hit record. Um, I rarely go back and look at it again. I need to figure out how to use it better, I guess you might say. And
Hmm.
a lot of people say this is the one they use because there is still a free version out there. Now, if you upgrade and get the paid version, it's $59.90 a year. It's almost $60. It's 2 cents.
Right.
Um,
Almost.
so you can add 300 maps, offline use, which I think the free version you can download an area to use it offline. I always have. Pretty sure you can. And now with the paid version, it says that you can download weather features and terrain features, which I did not know, but it said it on their website today.
Weather features?
That's what it said. I read it
Really?
twice because I had never seen that before.
Hmm.
Now, I'm pretty sure, I mean, even with my Garmin that works off a satellite, and if you've got Gaia, which works off cell phone service, and even if you download the maps, weather is current. and you have to have service in order to have up to date weather. And so even with my Garmin Overlander, I have to have service because it Bluetooths to my phone, and that's how it overlays the weather. So I'm pretty sure. Um, uh, Benji says, I guess he uses Gaia. Um, and it also has access to another app called Trail Forks Pro GPS. I don't know what that is. I've never used that.
Never used it either.
But anyway, I have not kept up with this for several years. I paid the $20 a year and got it. Now it's when it's tripled in how much it costs. But $60 a year is pretty common for a pretty high powered app these days. So it's really not bad for the price you get, and it's very powerful. I just have not kept up with it and know how to use it much anymore. Mainly because a couple years ago I switched over to the Garmin Overlander, which is not a app. It's actually a device that runs off satellite. And I love it because it gives me turn by turn directions and it's so easy to use. I did not have to take a class
Yeah.
to learn how to use it. So Eli says Gaia is the best. Takes some learning though. I need to win that giveaway so I can try Onyx again. I only used it for one trip years ago and wasn't a fan. We're going to talk about Onyx here in a minute, and there are a lot of features about Onyx that I really love that are completely different from Gaia that really made me start using it actually a little more. Now, there are some negatives, I think, some negatives to using Gaia, and it really is the same with several of them, but it's very complicated unless you spend lots of time studying, keeping up with the changes because there's a lot of updates and changes, things like that. You have to download a lot of stuff. And if you use a lot of layers, it takes a lot of memory on your phone. So, and it will not let you select a really small section or a large section. If you select a really large section, it will not let you do it. Because it takes, even with Wi-Fi, it takes forever to download a section like the half the Ozarks or something like that. You got to do it in small sections, and it takes a while to do that. So it does take a lot of memory. If you're using uh, a Samsung tablet or something like that that uses a micro SD where you can chunk a whole bunch of memory in there, fine, it'll be just fine. But if you do it on your phone and you don't have unlimited memory, you're going to take a chunk of memory out of your phone downloading all those maps. So there are some downsides to it.
Yep.
Um,
It's time consuming.
it is
Better
time
plan
consuming
ahead. Don't try to plan your route and download an area when you're on
when
the
you're
way
there.
there.
You can't do
Yeah.
it when you're there.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It's I've made that mistake more than once. Of thinking that I've downloaded that and I didn't check, and then when I get there, it's just a black screen with my little dot in the center of it, and I have no idea where I'm going or what's going on. So yeah, I've done that. But unless you're planning a really long trip, I don't I don't usually worry about it anymore. So that's just me.
Yeah,
I should get better. I should get better. But do you still use Gaia at all?
I do. I use Gaia. Yep.
What for?
I
What do you use it for?
well, I use so I have my phone up and I also have a tablet up. And then with my phone, it's also connected to the screen on my Jeep, so I can actually have all three things up: Gaia, Trails Off Road, and Onyx. You can set it to where you have just a little bit different trail information
Mm-hmm.
on each one. So
Yeah. Well, you just brought up another one that I had forgotten about. Is the Trails Off Road app.
Oh, so Trails Off Road, I absolutely love, especially for planning a route.
Mm-hmm.
Trails Off Road goes into great detail with the route if you or trail, the waypoints and the picture and all of the um, the description of the waypoint, all of that. It's just so nicely well laid out. You get a real good idea, like what the campsites are going to be, because you can see the route on there, and you can click on a waypoint, and it'll go down to through the list, and
Mm-hmm.
there'll be pictures there. You can see the view from what you'll have an idea of what your view would be like at camp.
Hmm.
So I love trails off road, especially for planning.
When Trails Off Road first started, I was actually one of their trail guides.
Mm-hmm.
Long time ago. Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we would go out on the weekend, a buddy of mine, and we would uh, record, and it would take forever to do to do one trail. And we were doing
Yeah.
it for free. We wouldn't get paid for it, but we would, log all the campsites and the water crossings, and we would do a video and we'd take pictures, and it would take a long time. So
Yeah.
kudos to those people who are out there actually doing that.
Yeah.
It is a time consuming headache of a thing, and it really benefits the rest of us, and that's
Yeah.
cool.
They actually have started paying. I was set up to do the same thing, and I did some work for them last year, but they pay a little bit for mileage.
Mm.
For those interested, if you want to become a trail guide for them.
Eli, I don't know what you're storing that on when you download all that. Colorado, half of Utah, half of Arkansas, part of Mexico. That's a lot of storage you got downloaded there. That's
So I
pretty
think it depends on how many layers you have selected to also download.
cool.
Like I think the satellite layer takes up a lot of memory if you have
Mm,
it selected.
mm.
Um,
True.
I know Onyx has a way you can um, change the detail, the level of detail when you select an area to download.
Hmm.
So it's like has a low, medium, and high. I don't know if they call it high res, low res, or medium res, but you can change it based on you know your your preference of how much detail you get when you zoom in.
Hmm.
So
Well, okay.
maybe
So
Gaia is
let's
on.
talk about Onyx. I have okay. So Switchback Outdoor Safety just commented on our Instagram. He says the Safe Extract app, SAFEXTRACT app, the only 4x4 recovery app you will need. And I'll take his word over anybody's as far as
No
that.
kidding. I've never even
Um,
heard of that. Now I'll have to.
Safe Extract. I'm gonna have to write that down.
All right.
Safe Extract app. So SAFEXTRACT. Thank you, Aaron, for throwing that in there. Um, he says the only 4x4 recovery app you'll ever need. I will definitely check that out, and everybody who's listening needs to check that out too. Aaron suggests that. That is, I want to look at. But
Yeah.
as far
No
as
kidding.
Onyx off road, I looked on there today. So some of their features that they have for the premium is they have feature trails, and that is one of the things that really turned me on to Onyx. Is you can have that on while you're traveling down the road, and it will show you trails that are near you, and I like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
I like that, and it will actually route you to them
Mm-hmm.
and give you turn by turn directions for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things that I really liked about that, because people go out there and they record these routes and they upload them on there, and then they will tell you all the different things, and all you have to do is you just go to them and click on them, and it'll route you through there.
Yep.
I
You
love
can
that.
hit navigate to,
Yeah.
and it sure will. Turn by
Uh,
turn directions. Yep.
that is the number one thing that turned me on to Onyx. It was completely different than Gaia. If you do Gaia, it's yours, and for anybody else to have it, you have to share it. But when they put it on, it's on there for everybody, and I love that. And it will, you can just have it on going down the road, and it will tell you what's near you, and it will give you a description of it, how hard it is, ratings of it, and all that. It's good.
Yep. Yep.
Gives you unlimited saved maps and waypoints, and 3D maps and more. And then the Elite membership gives you all that plus premium features, boundaries, landowner names, lot info, and more.
Yep.
I find that Onyx is a lot more user friendly for me. It's not as complicated
Mm-hmm.
as Gaia is. Now, that's just me because I haven't sat down and learned everything and been through all the classes and stuff. But it's just a lot more user friendly to me.
Yeah, and they've added a lot of features to it in the last year. Some of the things that they've updated, and how they address the whole layers. They try to incorporate the best of all the layers in their format in their app,
Mm,
so you don't have to deal with turning layers on or off. They do all that for you.
yeah, I like that.
So
It's very nice. It's very helpful. And one of the cool things that they're offering right now is if you don't have it, you can get a free 7-day trial. So Eli, you said you wanted to try it out again. You get a free 7-day trial right now. The premium right now is $10.50 for the first year. It's usually 35. So it's $10.50 for the first year, $35 per year after that. In the elite, which is $99 a year, right now you can get a year for $29 and
holy smokes,
for the first year, and then $99 after that. So if you want to try it, now is a good time to try it because I looked it up on their website today and they are offering a pretty amazing deal.
that's an
And
incredible deal.
and if Marco uses it, it's got to be good. I'm
That's
just
right.
saying, he's just a cool guy.
Hey, Matt's Off-Road Recovery uses them too.
Like,
I mean,
they do some cool stuff.
uh-huh.
You need to watch them.
I know. There's
Um,
good wholesome family entertainment on that channel.
yeah, yes, it is. So Aaron with Switchback Outdoor Safety mentioned the Safe Extract app. Guess who just joined our podcast on Instagram? Safe Extract. Thank you for being
Nice.
here.
Yes.
We're fixing to follow you, and because we now know about your app, and we're excited to know about your app.
Right on.
So are all our listeners.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah. Now the cool thing about Onyx is you don't have to do a lot of homework before you go. Now you do have to prepare. You do have to make sure that you have the areas downloaded where you're going to go. Otherwise, it won't be there. So you do have to prepare a little bit. You can't do it on the way. You have to have some Wi-Fi, good cell service, whatever.
Right.
And you do have to have a little memory. Not quite as much memory as Guy uses, but you do have to have some memory. So there are a few negatives to it, but you're going to get that with anything because you have to be able to use it offline. And so, anyway, anything
Gotcha.
else you want to throw in there on Onyx since you're the Onyx guy?
Nope. You got it covered, man.
Didn't you teach a class on that?
I did.
Okie
I did.
Overland?
I did. I taught a class at Okie.
How long did you teach? How long did you talk when you taught that class? How long was the
Uh,
class?
5 hours or something.
Okay, so I'm done. You can just talk the rest of the time.
No, I don't want to. See,
You
my
don't-
voice is still hoarse from talking the last
Oh
time.
my goodness, that's crazy. So
No,
Switchback says we should have Safe Extract on and us sometime to discuss the app would be a fun chat. We'll do that. I will holler at you, Aaron. We'd love to do that. That would
that's a
be
great idea. Thank
incredible.
you for bringing that up.
I'm
Yep.
putting that down and I'm writing that down. I know you're busy, but we will definitely plan that. See if we can get that. Now there is Tate Davis. Appreciate you being here from Okie Overland. Hey, we're repping today, bro. Okie Overland. They got my car right now. Putting a 10 on it on my Subaru. And
Yeah.
so I'm going to have the very first OVS tent on a Subaru that I've ever seen. I don't know if you've seen one, but I'm going to have it, and it's going to be cool.
I haven't seen an OVS on a Subaru.
Prinsu
Yeah.
rack with an OVS tent, awning. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a picture of those bolts that Tate was going to use to mount that Prinsu rack.
I don't want to hear it. I don't
the
want to hear it.
bolts are like this big around.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
There's like 8 of them.
I guarantee you, Tate is sweating because that car is brand new, and he's going to have to drop the whole headliner.
There's like four bolts on each side that are like that big around.
My goodness, and my wife is nervous too, Tate. I just want you to know. She is nervous. Now there's another app. There's another map app out there that I like. And a lot of people don't like it, but I'll tell you right now why I like it. And I've been using it for a long time, and it's a Venza. Avenza Maps, it's $20 a year. It's always been $20 a year, and I love it. And the reason I love it, we're going to talk about iOverlander here in just a minute, Galen, because
Hmm.
love that app.
Uh-huh.
But I love Avenza Maps because Avenza Maps uses PDFs. So all of the maps that the Forest Service, when you go to a Forest Service visitor center, and everybody says those are the most accurate maps for trails out there. The most accurate maps because they're most current, up to date. And you get those and you open them up and they're like 8 foot by 10 foot. They're massive. They're so big. Well, you can download all of those maps on Avenza for free. Every one of them are free. You can get them on there. You download them for free. It's very little memory because PDFs are very small. And you can, if you pay your $20 a year, it will let you record and follow you and track you just like Gaia and Onyx will. Now,
So
go ahead.
I was going to say, so you can save that PDF and then you can print, like if you wanted to, you could
I
print
don't
it.
know if you can print from it or not, but it's on your whatever you got. You might could. I don't have the capabilities to do that.
That's a large format printer right there, baby.
Oh my goodness,
I could
you're
print you a
killing
big map, bro.
you're killing me.
I personally don't use Avenja, but if you wanted me to print you a map, I would print you a
Well,
map.
and let me tell you why Avenza is cool, because when we were in when we were backpacking the North Country Trail, I could download the actual map for Pictured Rocks National Park. So I downloaded the actual map for Pictured Rocks National Park, and I was able to bring up Avenza. It put a point right on that map where we were every single day and would show us how far we were from our campsite. Now, I can't
No
get on
kidding.
all trails and it won't tell me how far we are from our campsite. I know we've got like 9 miles to hike, but we can go for 2 or 3 hours. I don't know how far away we are, but I could pull that up and see, oh, we're right. We only got a couple miles to go.
Hmm.
And when we were in Acadia, I can pull up an actual map of the park that I've downloaded into Avenza and I can see how to get around the park. It has all of the, I like, the station maps, all the national parks, the state. When we were in Big Bend, it would you can download the Big Bend National Park and it will show you where you are and what highway you're on and how to get to every single one of those places. So I'm very impressed with Avenza. I have maps downloaded from all different states. You can actually download, you can pay a little bit, but the really amazing National Geographic maps, you can download those into Avenza and it will chart your progress on a National Geographic map. It's cool.
Wow.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And a lot of people don't like it because it doesn't have all the features that Gaia or Onyx has. But let me tell you, for simple people like me, all I want to do is have a map and it show me where I'm at most of the time and where I'm going. And it has the actual map on there. So I
It
love it.
says you are here.
You are here. Yeah, it
Yeah.
says you are here and put a dot right there. I love it.
Did
So
you see that comment from Tate? Lots of
what did it say?
RTV,
I don't know what that is. What is it?
RTV silicone sealant.
Oh my goodness. My roof better not leak.
Oh, it's not because he's going to use lots of RTV.
Oh my goodness. You better not. Mess with
It's probably going to be paint match, so big old white globs on there. You won't notice since it. Wait, what color is your car?
It's
Isn't
white.
it? It's white. That's what I thought. Okay.
Uh, and I will quote the Bible right now. Hey, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. My wife loves that car.
Make sure it doesn't leak. Plenty of
Okay,
just
Galen.
don't spare the
Um,
RTV.
iOverlander. Uh, iOverlander. I didn't use iOverlander until a couple years ago when I got my Garmin Overlander. Um, it actually will overlay iOverlander on top of it, so it will help. But iOverlander is gold if you need a campsite where there's not any public land. And if you go to some of these states where there's not very much public land, last year we were in Indiana, we were in Michigan. There's a lot of state forest, but there's not a lot of national forest. And so you can't camp just anywhere. And so iOverlander All these people are out there. They're out there in Overlanderland, and they will find a spot, and they will post this, and it will show a little flag on there, and it will show whether it's a paid spot or free spot, and then you can click on it, and then people will comment, yeah, I stayed here, of the date when they stayed there, it's still open, it's still open, they haven't closed this. And so you can go on there and comment, you can take pictures, you can see where you are. Both of the places, all two out of the three places that we stayed that were right on the water in Michigan, we found on iOverlander. And it
Nice.
was amazing because there wasn't any public land around, and we were able to find places. Now you have to be careful because a lot of the people that use iOverlander are van life people, and they can stealth camp. And so a lot of the places that you will find will be right in the middle of a city, like in an alleyway or in a church parking lot or something like that. So they post all those on there because these people are all about free, not paying for camping, you know.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, who can blame them?
yeah,
But their
yeah,
setup is more suited for, being stealthy.
yeah. Now I did have Galen says the folks at Overlander will double check to make sure what you're posting marketing is correct and accurate, and that is true. They will double check it, and if you post on there for them to take it down, they will take it down. One of the places that we stayed was probably in my top three places I've ever camped. It was right on Lake Superior. We backed right up to the water. We stayed the night. We cooked. We sat right on the water. It was amazing. And then this guy shows up with a boat, and he said that we can't camp there because it was a Native American boat ramp. Okay. He said that there were signs up. People kept taking the signs down, all this other stuff. And out of respect for the guy, I called the National Forest Service. I called the visitor center, and I said, "Okay, so this guy tells me that where I'm at," and they said, "Okay, where are you?" And I told him where I was at. He said, "He's right. It is a Native American. You're not supposed to camp overnight there. It's day use only." I said, "Okay, I'm cool with that. I'll respect the guy." I moved. He backed his boat in. He went and did his fishing thing. And that evening, there was a Forest Service guy that came by, and he said, "You can't stay here tonight." I said, "I know. I called." And so we went and found another place to stay. So I had to post on iOverlander, this place is no longer available because people keep taking the signs down. They keep putting them up, but it's an amazing place, and it's right off the highway. So, but there was another place right around the corner where we could stay, so it was not that big of a deal. But
Yeah.
you really have to watch where you're staying because these places are found by people who just pull up, and if nobody runs them off, they're like, "Hey, it's cool,
Right.
we can stay here."
Right. Right.
So you got to watch yourself.
Well, and you never know. Some people have ill will, bad intent, and just don't want you camping in their favorite spot,
That's true,
and they
and
just say,
and so that's why I called to double check.
"Yeah,
Because I told this guy, I said, "Hey, I'm not from here. I'm 1,500 miles away from home, but out of respect for you, I'll call and double check. And if they
yeah,
back up your story, I'll move." And I did. And I like our Native Americans. They're some cool people.
yep,
Richard, we talked about trails off road. We love trails off road. Tony uses it a lot. I used to uh, post some trails for him. Great place to find trails and good descriptions and pictures of where you're going to stay.
yep."
So, but yeah, iOverlander is a great tool to have.
I have it. I just haven't used it that much. So, yeah,
I
something I'll have
only I
to.
only have in the last couple of years, and that's just because it overlaid with my Garmin, and
Hmm.
that way it would post up places for us to stay, and we used it a lot. Um, Steadfast says, "Boy, do I have a story about RTV and a brand new Forerunner." I don't want to hear it.
Oh no, yeah, we need to hear that.
I don't want to hear that.
Oh, Richard,
Richard
he's
says
working
he's
on the
late
Jeep.
working on his Jeep. Well, that's what people do. Um,
That's what happens.
they work on their Jeep. Yeah, I can't say nothing because my baby's in
You
the
don't
shop
even
right
have
now.
one to work on.
No, I got home today, forgot I even owned it, and I thought, "Where's my FJ?" Oh yeah, it's at the shop.
It's at the shop where
Oh
it's been
goodness,
for the last 30 days.
it hasn't been there 30 days. It's been there like 2 weeks.
It's so bad they don't know what to do with it.
They don't. It's going to be bad. Electrical deals are the worst. They're the
Yep.
worst.
Yep. You can't
Um.
feed them after midnight, and you sure can't get them wet because they just turn into all kinds of gremlins.
Oh my goodness,
Hmm.
I can't deal with you right now. I'm too tired. Let me tell you another thing. Tony and I have used this, and actually is going to have to use it for the trip to Big Bend this next year. But Hip Camp is one of my favorite apps. If you travel to a state that does not have public land, Hip Camp is your friend. And I'm one of these guys. I do not like paying for camping, but Hip Camp has some of the coolest places that you can stay for very cheap, and I love it. When we stayed in Indiana, we stayed in a vineyard. We got to walk through all the grapes and stuff like that. In Kansas, there's a I haven't stayed there, but I've got it marked because I want to stay there. But there is a missile silo. These people own, back in the 80s when they had all, or 70s or whenever it was when they had all the missile crisis and all this, they had all these missile places, and you can actually, they'll take you on a tour down below ground into this missile silo, and you can camp there in a tent, RV, or whatever. And it's like
Like
20
below.
bucks a night. It's cheap.
So would you camp below ground then in the missile
No,
silo, or
no,
they
you
just
camp
give you the
beside it.
tour
You
and
just
you
go on a
camp
tour.
beside it? Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah, it's neat. Uh,
that would be pretty cool.
I love Hip Camp. There's
Yeah.
neat places, and we've stayed at Coyote Crossing down at Big Bend multiple times. I've stayed there
Hmm.
3 times, and
Yeah, I think the group from Oki's planning on staying there this year
I
too.
hope so. That guy is one of the coolest guys. This
He's got a
this
neat story,
guy,
doesn't he?
he's got a neat story. Started off in Missouri, got on a river, and ended up in the Mississippi River. Ended up in the, what do you say, the
Well,
Gulf,
the Gulf. Yeah, he went
and then
down the
he,
Mississippi in his canoe,
yeah,
ended up in the Gulf, and then paddled along the shore and went up the Rio Grande to what's it, Terralingua, or no? What's
yeah.
the name of that?
It's Study Butte. He's
Yeah,
in Study Butte,
yeah.
which is just 9 miles east of Terlingua.
Yeah, and he got out there, and then a local guide service hired him, and he's been a guide there for years.
Yeah,
So
and when you go there, he's still got his canoe hanging above his little house. No running water, no electricity. He uses solar and rainwater,
yeah,
and he's just got a little field that you can camp in and beautiful views. It
and
is
he's got a huge outhouse, so it's big enough. You
one of
hop
the
up
best
on it, and
outhouses.
your feet, no matter how tall you are, your feet's going to swing.
I love that because when you sit there, the door is really small, and you can look over the top of it and see all the views of the mountain.
Yep, it's pretty
Yeah,
neat.
I just go there, sit on the toilet. I love it.
Yeah, and it's a secure place if you want to base camp and leave a trailer.
Mhm.
It's Anyway, it's
Yeah,
off
because he's
topic, but
always there.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
always there. And we stayed there because it was almost impossible to get a group campsite in the park,
yeah,
and we stayed there. I think it was $20 a night. Is what he charges us. It's so cheap, and
yeah,
everything's secure. You can leave stuff there. I took my trailer down there, just left it there every day. Nobody ever messed with anything, and it was
yeah. I
amazing.
didn't have a trailer there then, or I didn't
That
have a trailer then.
Well, that was when you came
That's
back and
you.
built a trailer after you
Yeah,
saw how
yeah.
easy
You
it was.
caused me to build a trailer.
Sorry, apologize.
I don't know if we're going to take a trailer this time. I'm not sure if Arla's going to go or not.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm going to need y'all to give her some grief.
I'll give her grief.
Yeah, give her
Although
grief.
she does kind of scare me.
Yeah.
It won't
Well,
be
she
too much.
scares me, so I get it.
Yeah, I don't know how you sleep with your eyes closed. Um,
Just one. Just one.
just one. Okay.
Mhm. Gotta
But
keep the right
anyway,
one open.
I absolutely love Hip Camp. Hip
Hmm.
Camp has we stayed. We found a yurt looking tent thing, and I think we were in Indiana this year. Coolest place, the nicest, cleanest campground I've ever seen. Privately owned. Had the nicest showers, nicest toilets. We walk into this thing, and it was probably 20 foot wide, 40 foot long. Had a king bed. It was so nice. So they have yurts, they have cabins, they have people that have RVs set up. There's a place close to me where somebody has a Sprinter van right on the Arkansas River, backed up to Arkansas River, where you can stay in it. So there's all kind of places. But if anybody has private land and they just want to open up a spot or two for people to stay on it, it is a great app, and I
Yep.
absolutely love it. It is actually what caused us not to make reservations anywhere, because
Yeah.
it opens up a ton of places for you to be able to stay,
Yep.
and
You
it's not.
don't have to develop a plan. You can just take off and go and just use those two apps when you think you might be getting close to looking for a place to camp. You can pull up either
Yeah,
one of
and you
those.
pull it up on the map. There's maps on there. It'll tell you how far you are away. You can reserve something
Look
normally
at
that way.
price or whatever,
Yeah,
amenities,
and
all that.
and it's cheap, and it's
Hmm.
cheap. So there's usually when we go on an extended like 4, 5, 6 week deal, I use HipCamp, I use iOverlander, and I use the KOA app. And I like the KOA app because we stay in the camping cabins and we're able to wash clothes. They have really nice showers, but I love everything being right there, being able to
Yep.
wash clothes,
Yep.
showers, all that stuff. So that's nice.
Man,
Um,
we stayed at that Ure, that KOA up at Ure,
yeah,
and that was such a nice experience. The owner there was great, like you said, showers and laundry and on-site restaurant. It was nice to get a break in the middle of the trip.
yeah. Yeah, well, my wife and I have stayed in a KOA several times, and
Mhm.
we're actually members of the KOA, and we love their camping cabins. We stayed in New Mexico, we stayed in one in Minnesota. We stayed in a KOA this past year in Massachusetts.
Uh-oh, we lost you. Oh no, we lost
I
him.
think just
Is
out of she loves it, and
There he is.
there we go. Oh my
Now you're
goodness!
back.
So
You scaring me, bro.
it's scaring me. It's scaring me when the screen goes black.
We're gonna have to get on to Cox down there.
Well,
They're,
it's AT&T.
oh, you don't have Cox anymore?
No, never had Cox. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you're anyway. Never mind.
Yeah. Eli says you can find awesome cabins on VRBO and Airbnb as well. We like to find the ones out away from the stuff. I
Yeah,
like
that's a
that.
good point. That's a good point.
VRBO and Airbnb both. They're very expensive and the
Yep.
fees are outrageous. But you can find some cool stuff on there
Yep.
for sure. The Dirt DYRT is a lot like Hip Camp, but their pro app is like $36 a year. For the pro version, they have over 5,000 free camping spots on there that you can look at, that you can have access to. That one's pretty cool. Another app I like is the US Forest Service. It's USFS app. All the Forest Service maps are on there, and every single forest is on there. So that's a pretty neat. And also has an interactive map that you can use.
Yeah. You can look at the MVUMs.
Yeah, you can look at the MBUMs, which are the thing. They're the thing.
That's the thing. Yeah.
hmm I use All Trails a lot. If you do anything outside of your vehicle, like hiking, biking, backpacking, run the rivers or anything like that, it has every kind of trail you could possibly think of. Yeah, Michael, we've been talking about Onyx for a while. Love Onyx.
Mm-hmm.
But All Trails is amazing. And one thing I love about All Trails is it will record your progress. And so it will tell me how far I've walked in 2024 or 2023. It'll tell
Yeah.
me how many trails I've done. It'll tell me how far I've backpacked, how far I've hiked. I can leave reviews on there. People can follow me. I can follow other people that do the thing, and so that's fun. I like that.
Yeah, I don't guess I have it.
Yeah, love
I
All
don't
Trails.
guess I use
My
All
wife and
Trails.
I use that religiously.
Hmm.
Um, one thing I wanted to ask you about, and a lot of people different in opinions on this, but what do you think about gas apps? Like we talked about it before the show. One of the things I googled the top 10 apps for overlanders on every single one of them with Gaia and Onyx was one called Gas Buddy, and for me it hasn't really worked out. I don't know.
I'm I use Gas Buddy a little bit, and I always found it to be off. Like the prices weren't accurate.
I don't know
So
how they could because gas prices change every day. How would they put all that in there? How would they keep up with it? How does
I
that
don't
work?
know. I don't know. I guess they depend on people, like I Overlander to, post what they paid or something.
Yeah.
But
When I'm on the interstate, I use either Apple Maps or Google Maps
yeah,
or something like that, and it will tell you most of the time when I need gas. I don't give two craps about how much it costs. I just want to get to a place because I wait till the last minute.
yeah.
I don't get gas when I have half a tank. I get gas when I'm on fumes. And so I like it telling me, okay, it's 8 miles to this, 20 miles to this, or whatever. Um, and so,
People
yeah,
posting. Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering about that.
yeah, I guess people
People
report
report prices.
prices on there.
So back to what Galen said. Galen, what is your walking goal for this year?
400 miles shy. What is your goal, Galen?
Yeah, what's your goal? I mean, because 400 miles sounds like a long ways by itself. Like
Yeah, a long
400
ways
miles could
away
be a
from it.
goal
Yeah,
itself,
yeah. I wonder what
but you're only
2,024 miles. Okay, that's a
oh, okay. I completely missed that. Yeah. Okay.
2,000. Yeah, oh yeah, he
Duh.
said it up there. A walking goal of 2,024 miles this year. I guess your goal is whatever year it
The
is.
year. Yeah.
Yeah. Goodness, that's a lot. 2,024 miles. Uh, well, if I keep up the pace that I've been the past 2 days and get my 15,000 steps in by 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm probably going to get there. I'm probably going to get 2,000.
So how does it tell you how many miles that equates to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the app that mine uses is where is it? Where is it? It's Steps app.
Oh, okay.
So so today I didn't walk that much today. 8,000 steps. That's 3.5 miles.
Okay.
Now Monday, which was yesterday, I did 12,000 steps. That's 5 miles. So my goal is 15,000. Um, now when we backpack, when we did 18 miles, I did 45,000 steps. And I think that's
Yeah.
my record.
That sounds awful.
I can beat that. He uses a Fitbit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Past 4 years. Hey, so before I forget, did you see Michael Hyden's post where him and Sarah moved
Yeah. They got
right
everything.
back up to the um I forget what he called it.
The peninsula.
Yeah, his backyard backs right up to this awesome view of this field of wildflowers. That was amazing.
Kenai.
Kenai
Yeah.
Peninsula.
Kenai.
That's right.
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah,
Yeah. Pretty cool.
yeah. I have to live vicariously through Michael and his post about
Yeah.
Alaska
No
because
kidding. No kidding.
it's going to be a while before I get there.
If
2 years, I think.
if I would walk there, I would reach my step goal.
Yeah, yeah.
What about so gas apps? They're okay. I don't usually
Fireweed.
use those because I'm just trying to get to the next one. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to get, trying to find one. No, when we were in Canada, that really screwed me up because everything's in liters and it's in Canadian dollars. So you had to figure two things out at once because I can't do liters and I can't do Canadian dollars at all. I have no idea. But that was odd.
Hey, don't threaten me with a good time,
Yeah,
Michael.
I'll come up here, Michael. What
So,
about
Well, I was going to ask you. So when you're in Canada and you roll up there getting gas, and it's got like, I don't know,
Same.
$9
Yeah.
a liter, or so, no, a dollar, what, $1.50 a liter? Is that the way it works? Like $2 a liter? I don't know.
I don't
Can you
know.
can
It's
you
not
just take
dollars though. It's Canadian, whatever
Canadian?
it is.
Yeah,
It's
Canadian
weird.
dollars. I think they still call it the dollar though.
Do they? Okay.
I think, but it's just like 87 cents to a dollar or something. I don't
Yeah,
know. But so when you got gas up there, did you just take your regular debit card and swipe it?
I did. And it told you exactly how much it charged. And then when I looked at my bank statement was in dollars. So that's how I figured out how much it was. I didn't do the math. I wouldn't do
Oh,
the
oh,
math. But I looked on we looked on our bank. Gia looked on the app on our bank. That's another app we use a lot.
yeah,
Make sure we got money in
yeah,
there. But she looked on there and she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, that only cost us like $38." But it said it was like 70 something dollars. I'm like, "Holy cow!" Um, so anyway, it was different.
yeah,
Yeah, it was different.
yeah. I'm kind of thinking I'd like to tag along with Eli when he goes to Alaska in
Yeah,
2027.
I've heard that he's going up there in a couple of years.
I
It's gonna
know.
be fun. Okay, so I want to finish with an app, and I wouldn't say this is controversial, but a lot of people use different things. So,
Hmm.
what weather app do you use? Because everybody uses a weather app because we always like to see when the weather's coming in.
I just used the Weather Channel.
Weather Channel.
Hmm.
So, okay, well, that is an app. That's not one that
Hmm.
comes on your phone.
Right.
Um, I have used WeatherBug, and I don't know who their weathermen are, but they're horrible.
I don't like WeatherBug.
WeatherBug
You
has
get
got me wet a lot.
no, you well, but okay, maybe, but the what I didn't like about it is I had it on my computer, and I started getting all these kind of pop up ads and stuff from it
Yeah.
after I put it on. I didn't like that.
Yeah, well, you're gonna get that with a lot of free apps. But yeah, Weather Channel is definitely a good one.
Yeah, that's the one
Um,
I use.
I did pay for one time, but it wasn't any better um than the rest of them. AccuWeather, yeah, Galen uses
Yeah, I've
AccuWeather.
heard of AccuWeather too. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, that gives me some ideas. Um,
No, there was one other one that you were going to talk about for gas. One that gives you
Upside,
kick. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Upside.
yeah,
Upside is one that actually pays you back. It gives you like 3 cents a gallon or something for if you go to a certain place and you already have it. You have to scan it with your phone or upload the receipt or something like that. It's a pain. I used
yeah.
it for a little while and then I quit.
Hey, listen, Jesse, Feral Chick Outdoors.
Hmm.
She's been saving up her cash back on there, and she's gonna almost have like all of her gas money paid for on the Big Bend trip.
Wow.
Yeah.
I used it for about 2 months and I think I had maybe $6 in it.
Well, I think yeah. So you could use all your gas receipts.
You can't. Well, no, you have to use the ones that you use for uh and see I don't drive my POV every day. And so I don't buy
Yeah.
gas a whole lot. Um
So you couldn't turn in your other purchases as a
no,
no.
because it's a different card. You have to link it to a card and you have to
Oh
use that card and I'm not paying for the city's gas. I'm
no,
not no, they pay
no.
for their gas.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
Eli says he's used it. So I mean if you drive a gas guzzler every day, um, like you probably could have made a lot of money today as much driving as you did
hmm,
going to work. Um,
good grief.
maybe it
An
wouldn't
hour drive.
be there for you. I don't know. Well, there's a lot of apps out there. I think we covered all the big ones. And you know, doing the trails one, Gaia, Onyx, uh, Venza, all those things, Trails Off Road, weather apps, and travel apps like Hip Camp. Man, you can't go wrong with that stuff. It's so
Hmm.
good. Um, and so apps are a thing, and we have our phone everywhere we go, and we definitely use apps
We
constantly.
are app happy.
App happy. Look at that. just pages and pages and pages and pages. Well, one app you need to download is Instagram, and go to our Instagram page and enter our giveaway that we're doing with
That's right.
Overland of America and Okie Overland, and a lot of our Logic Overland is throwing in some coffee on there. On
Jasper Jeep Jam.
Jasper Jeep Jam.
I mean, Jet Boil.
You're getting a Jet Bull Mini Mo.
I mean, you're getting a T-shirt from like this
Bass and Friends.
Yeah. From Shop Overland Apparel.
And all you gotta do is go in there and tag somebody, and you can.
That's right. Yeah.
So make sure and do that. But anyway, we are out of time and out of mind, and I am tired.
Out of energy too.
Out of energy. My goodness. So anyway, thanks to everybody for joining us on the Overland Podcast, the live recording of Overland Podcast with Tony from Bass
Tony
and myself. We appreciate you being here. Make sure and go and join our Overland giveaway right now, because you need to do that. Go to the Overland Podcast on Instagram and look up the original post. And we've actually boosted a post on there to try to get some people in there, because we want people to win.
We want y'all to come see us.
We want you to see us at Overland of America. Until then, we appreciate you being here. Thank you for joining us on this show. We'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Here we go. Look out for number 1. Don't step in number 2.